Hey everybody, welcome out to another episode of Balled Up Genetics. My name is Lloyd, and if you like reptiles, then this channel's for you. And on today's video, a couple tips on how to handle your snakes without getting bit. Okay, so there's a few tips that you need to know when you're going to interact with your snakes, or really any reptiles in general, that are going to keep you from getting bit. Number one is you need to know your animals. You need to know the species. You need to know what their behaviors are in order to minimize getting bit by them. So basically, reptiles really have three modes of thinking. They have food mode, where they are in hunt mode. They are looking for food. Their first reaction is to strike out at the warm object, which is going to be your hand or your arm, maybe your face. The second one is fear mode. They're thinking that a predator's trying to get them. Something has scared them, and they're going to lash out at that. And then three is intelligent mode, and this is the mode you want them to get into. They're thinking, they're looking at their environment, they're sizing things up. Typically, in a racking system, the interaction that your snakes are going to get is the minute this drawer is pulled out, they're automatically going to think it's feeding, because 99% of the time you're feeding them in these drawers. And that's they equate pulling that out, that emotion that, oh, I'm going to get fed. So you have to immediately get them out of that food mode. I would not recommend standing here and pulling this drawer out by hand if I know the snake is going to be up front, because that's within, depending on the size of your snake, that's striking distance to your face. So, you can use a hook. Wedge it underneath that drawer. You have some distance between you and that snake. You can look in, see where they're at, and then you can go about what you need to do. Trick number two is by getting your animal, your snakes, out of hunger mode, out of food mode, is just by touching them. You touch them along their back, along their side, and they automatically start to go into thinking mode. Hey, okay, it's not feeding time. Tip number three is you don't want to loom over your animal. You don't want your hand coming in over the top of their head, because now you're going to have them in fear mode. They're thinking something's coming at them. Remember, most of these snakes, especially ball pythons, they're ground dwellers. So they're going to be attacked from above. So you don't want your hand going in there and looming in there over them, because then they're going to strike out of fear. So all you need to do is, when you start to go into the enclosure, and especially this holds true for if you guys have them in a terrarium, you don't want that hand coming in as the first thing they see, because there's two things going on. They're reading that heat coming off your hand, so they think, is this food? And two, hey, something big is coming at me from above, so now I'm afraid. So they're going to strike out in those two scenarios. So again, having a hook or having some kind of long tongs that you might feed with, just going in and tapping on that snake. Let me show you real quick kind of one of the techniques for that. So pulling the tray out, having that distance, but right now he's thinking, is this food? So I'm going to come in, I'm going to tap him. See, now he got defensive because he's thinking, hey, what's touching me? But now he knows, hey, it's not food. Then I'm coming in along the body and I'm picking him up. And now I can handle him, because now he's starting to go into thinking mode. Now you can also tell by the body of the snake, if they're really rigid, they're also still a little intimidated. Right now I'm talking very loud, so he's still a little rigid. He's thinking, hey, what's going on? But I can come in and I can pick him up. Another great thing with ball pythons is just by touching them on the head, they're going to recoil into. So that's something else you can do, is just go in and touch them on the head, and that will usually calm them down. And then I can put them back in. I can do all kinds of stuff with them. And then, you know, he's okay to go back in again. Again, pull the drawer out. You have distance. You come in, you touch the snake, let them know, hey, it's not feeding time. And then you can handle them. She is in my hand right now. She's very relaxed. So I know she's okay. I can deal with her, do whatever I need, have her crawl around, put her back in, and we're done. And right now, this is feeding day too. So you can see, I know she's hungry, but by doing that, I've told her, hey, it's not food time yet. So another tip too is that when dealing with baby snakes, with yearlings, with dealing with young snakes, I don't care what species of snake it is, they're going to naturally be more bitey. It's just, they're small, everything is they think is going to hurt them, and they're always hungry. So you really, if there's a potential for you to get a bite, it's going to be from when you're working with these younger snakes. So this is where the rules really apply. You know, go in, have distance between you and the snake, touch the snake, go down their side, let them know, get them out of that food mode and that fear mode, and then you can go in and safely bring them out. And then again too, it's knowing the snake, it's knowing their behaviors. Right now, he's very relaxed in my hand. If he were very stiff when I brought him out, I know he was still in fear mode. So I would have to work with him, but he's pretty relaxed right now. Even though he is hungry, I know he's not gonna try and pick up on my heat signature and bite at me. He knows I'm not food. So when dealing with young snakes, that's when you're gonna have more potential of getting bit. So you need to know, hey, keep distance. Let me get them out of fear mode, out of food mode, and then I can work with them. So again, whatever size, from little snakes to big snakes, that's what you have to do with them. You have to be prepared for what kind of thinking mode they're in at that moment. So no matter if they're in a large drawer size, I'm going to use a hook. If they're in these FB5s, I'm going to use a hook and open it up, because I don't know where that snake is at. And even in these racks, and I'll show you this one, I know he's hungry. And I open it up and see how he's right there, and he's already quit. Look, see how he's coming out? He's thinking, oh, you got food for me. I'm picking it up on your heat signal. So see, go in and touch. Let him know, hey, there's no food. Now I can pull this drawer out more. I can come in, touch him on his side, pick him up. He's starting to relax, and now he knows, okay, I'm not going to get food yet. Then I can put him back in, deal with them, and then close them up. Okay, so remember the rules. You want to have distance between you and the snake. You wanted him to change the mode of thinking that he's in. And then you want to grab towards going laterally with the snake, going to the side of the snake, down its body. You don't want to loom over its head and try and grab from there, or reach over its head and grab at him. You want to go down to the side. And you'll be able to tell right away if they're relaxed in your hand, they're okay. If they're still a little stiff, they're still a little nervous about what's going on. And just remember, you want to support that snake too. Most of these snakes are ground dwelling. They might live up in some trees, but they always have something underneath them to support them. They don't want to feel like they're dangling out there in air. So you want to give them some support so they feel more secure. And remember the 3 rules when it comes to their mental ability. They are always going to either be in food mode, they're going to be in fear mode, or they're going to be in intelligent mode. And you need to get them, when you're handling them, you need to get them out of fear mode and food mode and get them into intelligent mode. All right, everybody, so that concludes this video. I hope everybody learned just a little bit on how the process of thinking for their reptiles are, how to safely handle your reptile with minimizing getting bit. If you can do me a favor and subscribe down below. Turn on that post notification bell so every time we upload a video, you'll be informed. If you can like this video and also share these videos on your social media platforms, it's going to help this channel grow even more. So until next time, take care, and we'll see you again real soon.